Hi guys, right, I am a member of a beginners wood turning group on Facebook. I'll leave links below if anybody's interested in joining. Fantastic group, perfect for beginners, very friendly group as well, with no silly questions. One of the most common questions we get asked is how to prepare freshly cut wood for turning. So I have here, we have a lump of blackthorn. Never turned blackthorn before, up to a couple of weeks ago. This is growing quite peacefully, just minding its own business in a hedgerow in Suffolk, in the UK. But now I'm going to show you how I prepared this, and we'll turn at least half of it into a bowl. Right, what have we got? Right, like I said before, we've got this lovely lump of blackthorn. Now, I would normally prepare this. Well, first of all, let me start talking to you about the pith. The pith is normally around the centre of the trunk, and it's always going to be the weakest part, because it's just the weakest wood. So, as your wood is drying, it's always going to want to crack around the pith. Now, saying that, it is branch wood. So, as you can see on there, we've actually got two piths. One here and one here. It's very light wood, you're probably not going to be able to see that. So, what I normally do, well, first of all, I don't really worry too much about the pith. Maybe I should. But on a piece of wood this size, I would normally take it straight down the middle and cut it into two halves. Now, let's talk about the half I'm not going to use straight away. As soon as you've done this wood's going to start drying. It'll start drying a lot quicker. Now, wood will normally dry at about 1 inch per year. So something like this really will take a couple of years, maybe 3-4 years to dry properly before it's stable. So obviously we want to turn it before that. So what we need to do, we can force it to dry a little bit with how we store it, but what we want to do, we want to keep as much moisture in as possible on the ends, because if this is going to split, it will split along the pith, because this is still in this piece. It'll be very difficult to remove this just by the chainsaw, because you'll be left with no wood. So we're going to seal the ends, and we're going to force it to dry through this piece of the wood. And this way, this will crack right. Now, what I use to seal my wood is a product called chestnut end seal. A lot of people use things like PVA glue and just emulsion and all kinds of different things. This isn't so expensive and it goes a long way. Probably need a couple of coats, but to be honest, it's always worked. So I don't mind paying a little bit extra, rather than you spend all the time trying to find your wood, preparing your wood, put something cheap on it, and then it cracks. I'd rather have a product I trust. So just let me show you that. So this is obviously water and wax. So just put a little bit of cup, just paint it on. So on this piece we're not going to turn today. I'm just going to only do one side. You can see it goes on. This stuff goes on really easily, and it gets straight into the wood and leaves that waxy film on the top. As much as you can on, pour it on if you can, and just give it a good coat of the end seal. I say some people use, PVA glue. I've heard of people melting candles before and just using candle wax. You know what? It's a lot of faffing about. I mean, this stuff isn't expensive. It's not as expensive as your wood, put it that way. And however you've managed to get your wood, even free wood, it's your time. You prepared the wood. You just don't want it to crack. So I don't know why. I would never use anything cheap. I'd just use this product. It's always worked for me. So probably need a couple of coats, but we'll leave that there for now. We'll come back to that in a bit. So there you can see it's nice and coated. That'll dry and you'll just be left with a waxy film, and then that way you're forcing it to dry. If you wanted to, you could coat this side as well, and then you're just forcing the moisture to leave through the bark. So right, next, let's take the piece. Move that away. This is the piece that we're going to actually be working with. So this is basically that log, cut straight down the middle. You can see here that, can you see that? There's the pith. It's really not that recognisable. Some woods it's really recognisable. It's really obvious. This isn't, to be fair. You can just see it, a little circle. You can just see where the the wood changes. So you got just a little change in colour. You can see it, so you can see the pith. So we are now going to turn this into a bowl. Now this is also the questions we noticed on the group as well. How to prepare your bowl. So we're going to turn this on the lathe pretty much as is. You'll see in a bit. I'm just going to knock the corners off, just give us a bit of a fighting chance. But there's two places in this wood where the bowl can sit. On a piece of wood this size. So if you were doing a live edge bowl, your bowl would sit. Can you see? Your bowl would sit about there. See? So to do that, to form this curve on the bowl, you would have to put your faceplate on the bark side, which would mean probably taking some of the weight with a chisel. But basically you need a flat surface for your faceplate to sit on, like so. So there's different ways you can do that. You can use maybe a forcing a bit in there just to remove some material, just so you've got a flat-ish area to put your plate on. Now on this bark's quite crumbly, and to be honest, it's not really the best looking bark, so we're not going to do that. So what we're going to do, we're going to do a normal bowl. So in that case, your bowl sits here on this side. So as normal, you would then put your faceplate on like that, and then you remove this material until you're left with the bowl. So, and then that way also means that when you're turning this, because we're going to rough turn this, because you can't finish this because this is wet, it will move and crack, especially with blackthorn. If it's anything like hawthorn, it will move all over the place. It's terrible. So we're going to put the faceplate on this side, and we're going to remove, when we rough turn, this area here, probably leaving about, probably about an inch and a half of wall. Now I'd normally perhaps just leave an inch, maybe with oak or something like that, but with this I'm going to leave it a bit thicker. But what you're doing by this, by rough turning like this, you're actually going to remove the pith. So you've got a fighting chance of it not cracking. Now what I would also do with something like hawthorn that moves around a lot, when you're left with a bowl, I would also put some more of the end seal actually on the bowl, because it's not going to be a finished bowl. You can turn it away once it's dry, put it on the bowl around the edges, just in areas where you think it's probably going to split. I would then put some of the end seal on the rough turned bowl. Now I wouldn't do that with everything. Something like oak doesn't suit. Walnut's a good one as well. That doesn't really move too much. But with something like hawthorn and blackthorn, it will move a lot. So what we're going to do now, we're going to just take some of these corners off on this side to make it as round as possible. So we'll take it over to the balance, we'll take some of the corners off, and we'll put the faceplate on, and I'll show you how I rough turn this. Right, we're now at the bandsaw. So what I'm going to do, we're just going to eyeball this, because you can, well, there's nothing you can draw on here to make this round, because obviously we've got the bark. So I'm just going to eyeball this, and I'm just going to cut the corners off. All that does, it'll just give me a little bit of a fighting chance when we put it on the lathe. So carefully turn the bandsaw on, stand at the side. Very carefully, just take the corners off. So there you go. Right, it's like a little bit more like a bowl blank. There you go. Let's take it to the well, we'll put a faceplate on first, and then we'll take it to the lathe and we'll quickly turn it into a rough turned bowl. Right, now let's put the faceplate on. Now here's my faceplate. These are the ones I always use. I like these screw-in type faceplates. You can get the just the smaller round expansion ones, which will fit into your chuck, fit really well. I just prefer this. I just think these are a lot more solid. Plus you've got a variety of different holes on here which you can use. Yeah, I just feel these are a bit safer. There's probably not a lot in it, but this is what I prefer to use. So no centre finder, no real point, because I think the best thing to do, because we've only just knocked the corners off by eye, is we'll just eye this up. So that's about where we need to be. Now, always wax your screws, as mentioned before. There's nothing worse than getting a screw stuck in your wood, and sometimes with fresh wood as well, you can really just thick. Okay, right, let's take it to the lathe. Now obviously this is going to be quite out of balance when you first started, because we just eyed it up when we were on the bandsaw. So you definitely always use your tail saw. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to push that in, tie it up. So now we're nice and secure, but again we're out of balance. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to approach it from this side. What I'm not going to do is stand in front of it like this, in case this comes off. Plus there's going to be lots of debris, there's going to be lots of bark coming off. So I'm going to stand at this side and approach it like this with my ball gouge. So that's. And you're going to start by just eyeing it up a little bit. You start with it. See, this is the bit that's sticking out the most. So we're going to start by attacking this little bit. So after a few seconds, we're going to have to stop the lathe again, and we'll just slowly keep moving the tool rest in to keep it as close as we can to the wood until we get some kind of bowl shape on the back here. So right, what we're going to do, stand well out of the way, turn it on, and again turn it up until it gets scary. You're going to be well out of balance, and then turn it down until it's safe, and that is really slow, but it will do for now. So I'll turn it down a little bit more. So it's going to be very slow to start with, but once we get going we should be able to turn the speed up. Right, let's get started. So face shield on, all PPE. Let's go. So you can see we slowly sneaking up on this. We're getting a cut here, not cutting so much this side, so there's a lot of air when we turn, and there's quite a lot of debris coming off as well. So just a little bit. But yeah, we just sneak up on it until we get right to this side, and then we should be able to do a cut right across. Okay. See, we're starting to get slightly longer shavings as we're getting a better cut, because now we start cutting on this side as well. So move the tool rest in as fast as you can, and just very, very slowly. Put to the speed up a little bit now. Right, that's some lovely shavings coming up towards the end there, where you've got full contact pretty much all the way around the bowl. There's quite a lot of cracks in this. I thought this had only been cut a couple of weeks, but actually looking at it, I think this is a bit drier than I thought it was. I think it'd be too much of a problem. What we are going to have to do is just keep this tail stuck up as long as we possibly can. So what I need to do now is start shaping it here. I am going to have to put a foot on the bottom, so I am going to have to remove the tail stop and put a foot on, I think, with this. But we'll do it from here. We don't get it in front of the bowl, and we'll give it a good test as well before I remove the tail stop, just to make sure it's going to be safe. So let's carry on shaping. Okay, now we are out round here. There's this big crack here. Oh, but that's, yeah, it's got a bit of spalton as well. Bit of bark here, might just leave that on. Now what we're going to do, we're going to turn the foot on the bottom, so I'm going to take the tailstock away. And we're just going to give it a good test, just to make sure it's still solid. But when I do this, a lot of it we're going to do, as much as possible, get rid of some of the bark from here. So if this does come off, I've got my face mask on, the face shield, everything, but if it does come off, it's well, it's not going to do me any damage. But if it does come off, it shouldn't actually hit me, because it's going to be going that way, and I'm going to be working from here. So you can see the centre hole. So just drop it down by the centre hole, because what I need to do first of all, I need to just smooth this bottom off. So there's quite a lot to take off here. So yeah, let's get to work. Okay, what I think I'm going to do, if you can see this, let's just zoom you in a little bit. Here we are. Right, we've got this wonderful piece of bark here, and I think some of it might stay on. So what I'm going to do, we're going to leave the bark on for now. I'm going to turn, see this? I'm going to put a foot in the bottom. Now, probably won't be perfect. We're going to put the foot in the bottom as best as we can, and then we'll finish turning the sides once we know the foot's in safely. And what we might end up with is a bit of this bark left in, but I think that'll add a lot of character to this bowl, actually. Quite like that. You know me, we'll make it up as we go along. So let's put the foot in the bottom. Right, let's have a look. So, we have a foot in the bottom. Now at the minute, it isn't completely round, but that must, I think that's enough to grip it. But you've got a big crack here as well, so we've got to be a bit careful with this. So, I think that's enough to grip it. You make your own decision when you're doing this in your own workshops. I'm going to take the risk and do that. I know it could be a risk because we have got a bit of a crack, but what I've done, it's nice and concave, so that won't catch the bottom, and the distance there is, yeah, exactly about right. It's about 8mm on my chuck, so that should fit nicely into the chuck. So what I'm going to do now, first of all, I'm going to make sure I've got the tailstock up again, because like I said, this is cracked. Also, what you want to do, I've shown you this before, but make sure you're left with a centre hole for when you have to jam chuck this up, because this will, like I say, move around. This is only wet, being rough turned wet, so make sure you've got a centre hole, because you'll need to re-chuck this in a few months, a year's time or something like that. So what we're going to do now, I'm just going to shape this side, and then I think I'm going to leave the outside as it is. So we'll see. Safety gear on. Now what I am going to do is turn the lathe right up now, because this is one of the final cuts. I want the lathe going as fast as possible, within reason. It's lovely when your shavings come off like that. Right, that's it for the outside. So what we've got, see, we've got quite a lot of bark in here. So yeah, it's coming off, but that's a little bit of character to the bowl. There's a bit of spalting up here. Actually, a lot of character in there. It is cracked. I suggest it is drier than what we thought. So, what to do with them cracks? Possibly nothing for now. what we might do when we come to finish this, which won't be today, but when we come to finish it, we might just put some CA glue or super glue in there, or maybe fill it with some resin, but these cracks will open up even more. So I think we'll let it dry, let the cracks open up fully, maybe just clean the cracks out, and then put some, pour some resin in. But looking at this, I think this is going to have a lot of character, this bolt. Right, let's take it off and take out the inside. Right, centre's about there, so we want this just below centre. Now, like I said to you before, this is we're being, what is it, blackthorn. I assume it's going to perform the same as hawthorn, and it's going to warp and it's going to move and it's going to go all over the place. So where I'd normally leave maybe just, I don't know, inch and a half wall thickness, I'm going to leave quite a lot more on this. So yeah, we're not going to take too much out, but what we are going to do is make sure we remove the pith, and yeah, we'll just have to take this down a little bit. Just the pith's obviously running this way, finishes here, so we're just going to have to take probably, I don't know, 1/4 of an inch off the top, just to make sure we completely remove the pith. So yeah, let's give it a go. And that is it. Got a few more cracks. Let's take it off the lathe and let's see what we got. Right, guys, we're finished. Basically finished. That's it. Finished bowl. Lovely character on it. Quite a lot of bulk still left on it. Nice and chunky. This will go away now for about a year. What we'll do, we'll put it on the scales, weigh it right on the bottom here with on the foot. We'll just write the weight and the date. Keep weighing it for a couple of months. Once you get back to the same, then you can say it's probably dry. I'd then take it inside the house, give it a month or so inside the house, just to give it its final chance to move around, and then we'll bring it back in and we'll put it on the lathe and finish it. So, I like this. Lots of cracks in it. Once these, once we're finished, once it's finished drying, we'll fill these with CA glue or resin or something like that, just to hold it together, because it's pointless doing it now, might as well wait till the cracks open up. And yeah, I think that'll be quite a nice, but it's a nice size bowl if nothing else. I might even keep it quite chunky, because it just feels like it wants to be chunky. Plus if I take any more off the side here, I'm going to lose the bark inclusion. I quite like that. So there you go. If you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and hit the subscribe button, please. Always helps and is very much appreciated. And thanks again for watching, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.